This is the worst, supposedly easy toolless design I think I've ever seen in my life. I hate this. Hate this. Look, it closed itself. That's how much I hate it. This is a Dell XPS 93 whatever. I'll put it in the title. I have to look it up on the service tag because back here on the back of the computer, they don't give it to me anymore. And why don't they give it to me anymore? Because they hate me. Anyway, as you can see, I've already taken this apart. This computer has a problem where it will post, but then no video actually shows up. So the diagnostic light on the front here says everything's hunky-dory, but then the computer doesn't work. So I can't show you disassembly, but I'll show you reassembly, and you can figure it out from there. This is a PCI Express, NVMe, solid-state drive. Let me actually darken that a little bit more. It goes down here. It is replaceable. They actually have some spots where you can move this post if you need to put a shorter or longer drive for some strange reason. Every drive's at 2280 now, though, so let's just be honest. That's not really a concern. Walmart sells these computer toolkits, and the computer toolkits are actually quite nice. They have Phillips all the way down to 000. They're like $25, I think. I am going to get another one. They even have a magnetizer in the kit. But they're fantastic. So this is a 00 Phillips screw for that solid state drive. I think it's probably one of the only 00 screws in the whole case. There is a Wi-Fi card here that can be replaced with one up to 2 antennas if you wanted to. It's a standard M2 style Wi-Fi card. Hidden in this empty drive bay is the retainer for the video card. We'll get to that in a little while. But the only 00 has been put back, and we can put the kit away and use standard screwdrivers from here on out to get the rest of it put back together and figured out. It's over here. As you can see, the hard drive is it's a pretty straightforward deal. It's just goes in here like this. The tabs here hold the SATA cable here, and there's 2 screws that hold this down to the case, and 4 screws holding the sides of the drive. It's fairly run-of-the-mill. If you've ever seen any of these drive mount messes, that's not very funny, guys. Come on now, don't do that to me. There you go. I should note that this case is very, very tight. There's not much room to do anything in here. So when hooking everything back up, running the wires again, etc., it's not very fun. Plug you back up. Alright, we have a video card here, and obviously it goes here. Notice there's 4 memory slots. Now, one reason you can't reuse this case is that the back panel is not a knockout, so it's Dell proprietary only, and the front panel is one of these USB 3 looking things that isn't USB 3. So it's also Dell proprietary only. This case is not reusable as a normal PC. Video card goes here. Come on. There you go. Even though it's a pretty smashed case, it is fairly easy at least to get to the video card release down here. So that's nice, I guess. Our solid state, or our hard drive here, I actually don't remember which one of these wires went to it, but if I had to hazard a guess, I'd hazard a guess that it goes like this. But I don't really want to hook it up that way if I can help it. Looks kind of sketchy. Yeah, either way is sketchy, isn't it? Yeah, well, I guess we'll hook it back up that way then. There are 2 screws that hold the hard drive in. The hard drive caddy in, rather. Don't know why they couldn't have just made this top part of the, or bottom part of the case removable, or, you know, something that would be a little bit easier to pop 4 screws in the hard drive and be done with it, so you wouldn't have a caddy to deal with. and for someone stripping this thing and disposing of it to lose, but whatever. You know, I'm not Dell. They're obviously so much smarter than me, so I have no right to complain whatsoever. I have no idea where they had tucked this ridiculous wire, so it's just going to sort of live over there somewhere. Now, I do want to note one of the very frustrating things about this particular computer's design. This fan and this heatsink, if you need to get to the power supply accessory connector for the CPU, follow the tip of this screwdriver down, okay? It is not here, it is over there under the heatsink. You have to take the 3 screws for this fan out to get to the 2 hidden screws for this heatsink to get to the power supply connector down here. That is stupid. I do not like it. You can get to this connector no problem, but this connector is buried. What good is it? Hey man, Dell engineers, smarter than me, obviously. So I've put the 2 drives back, solid state and hard drive. You see there's room for a 3rd hard drive, but no cable for it. There's a SATA cable here, goes up to your optical drive. It's a laptop style. And if we pull this power supply assembly garbage down, which we kind of have to, actually one more thing, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I know where that SATA cable goes. See this thing, this funny looking thing right here? This goes here, and it holds the video card. It has squishy junk that holds the video card in place, and it also holds that SATA cable up in the air. So, yeah, that's so much fun. Oh, yummy. And there you go. Video card power connector, it kind of slides through here. And in some way or another, it needs to fall there. There is a hard drive bay here. There's a power cord for it. There is no SATA cable for it. And look, it has a plastic style hard drive caddy. Isn't that fun? So this computer can hold 3 SATA hard drives, and it has enough SATA connectors for them. Plus, you can put an SSD. So in that regard, it's great. But it's not so great in the fact that it doesn't actually work. So I don't like this case. I do like that it is possible to get this stuff pivoted up pretty easily, but I don't like all of the shrinking and sacrifices and tight cabling and proprietary garbage that they've gone through to make this i7 so small. I just don't like it, and I don't recommend that you get one of these. Anywho, there's some locks back here. You just slide it over. There's another one down here. Slide it over, and the computer is locked. Now, I've already explained that I don't like this case. I don't like the way it's set up. You can see really good reasons why I don't like it. But here, this is the last nail in the coffin. Let's take a look at this, okay? All right. See this? You see this mess right here? Turn autofocus on. Maybe it'll help a little bit. I don't think the focus is so good. There you go, boys. You see this set of teeth here? Well, those teeth are engaged in these slots by this release handle, right? So you would think, like many other Dells, that you just pull this, oh, and this pops loose and pivots up and everything is fine. Except that's not how this one works. Why? Because Dell engineers are smarter than me and hate me at the same time. These things, these weird looking tabs that seem to have multiple folds in them, they have to go in these little slots with the arrows. But the problem is they have to go in a really funny way that's very hard to get right. They don't go like this, like every other Dell in the past. You know, you can't just shove it straight down either. You have to kind of worm it in. Good luck getting it right. But it sort of has to go down, like to the right and down. It's hard to explain. In fact, you can see how much trouble I'm having, and I've taken this apart a few times already. So, imagine how much trouble you'll be having. So you kind of have to set it down. Did you see that? Did you see that? You get these in, and then you have to kind of set this end down and wiggle it around a bit, and it'll pivot into here. Now, yes, what you're seeing there, that is all the slack you get. When you pull this to release the side, this is all you get. It just bulges a little. Look, doesn't even want to come up, right? And if you do try to pull up on it, it gets stuck. And then you can't get it to come past this point, and if you try to pull it, it won't come this way, and it won't come this way. So you have to let it go, and then wiggle it out. This is the worst, supposedly easy toolless design I think I've ever seen in my life. I hate this. Hate this. Look, it closed itself. That's how much I hate it. But there you go. I don't like this computer. Now, we can do a real quick overview of the rear here. USB ports and HDMI. These will work if you take out the graphics card. And fun fact, they don't put plugs in these video ports from the factory because Dell hates you and their engineers are smarter than you. Just remember, that's the mantra. Dell's engineers are smarter than you and hate you, and me, and everyone else. But this add-in card will automatically take over and blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. Anywho, that's your Dell XPS, whatever it is, because they don't put it on the front, and they don't put it on the sides, and they don't put it on the rear. And what happens if I flip it up and look at the bottom? It's a Dell D24M, which is not its real model number. So to find the model number for this, you have to key the service tag in at support.dell.com, or you have to use MSInfo32 in Windows or DMID code in Linux to make that come up. It's very, very annoying and I don't like it. Avoid these computers. If you need the kind of power that you would get with one of these, get someone to build you a standalone normal desktop computer made with standard parts, and that's what we're probably going to do with this. We're going to salvage this guy's solid state drive and such and rebuild it into a normal PC with a brand new core and standard parts, and he will be much better off for it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, link down at the bottom. You can support me financially so I can keep making these videos. I would really appreciate it. Have a good one. Hope this has helped. Take care.